Hello, welcome to yoga. My name is Nicola. This will be an all levels practice. I always offer modifications and of course encourage you to listen to your own body. That's what yoga is all about. We'll be doing a little lengthening, strengthening, some twisting, a little balance, so a little bit of everything. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, sitting nice and tall. And we'll begin our centering, where we focus our attention inward. So this is your opportunity to just take stock of your body, see how you feel today, be okay with where you showed up on the mat. And just be willing to work with what you have, listen to your body, make this your own personal practice. So just slow down the breathing, scan your body head to toe, soften the belly. Just allow the belly to fully expand as you inhale. As you exhale, draw belly button in towards the spine. Just using those abdominal muscles to help fully exhale, making room for the next new breath. Just noting any areas in your body that you may need to take care of today. Maybe nursing some injuries, perhaps some limitations. Just be okay with that. Accept your body where it is today. On your next inhale, allow belly, then rib cage to expand. As you exhale, draw in the ribs, draw in the belly button. Two distinct parts to the breath. And then on your next inhale, allow belly, rib cage, then collarbones to expand. As you exhale, collarbones fall, ribs draw in, belly button pulls in. Just getting the sense as you take these deep cleansing breaths that you're filling your lungs from bottom to top and emptying from top to bottom. And perhaps setting an intention for yourself for today's practice. And if you do find yourself becoming distracted throughout the practice, perhaps returning to that intention, or maybe just focusing on the sound of your own breath. Take one more deep inhale. Fully exhale. And then just allow your breath to be natural without too much thought. And just keep in mind that you should always just be able to breathe easily, naturally throughout the practice. If you do find yourself catching or holding your breath, maybe you're into a posture a little too deeply, or you're trying to force something that your body's not ready for. So just keep that in mind. So just turn on your mat and we'll just be coming into a seated forward fold. Your choice, legs can stay bent, especially if hamstrings are tight, or you can straighten out your legs. Just begin by sitting nice and tall. Feet are flexed. Core is engaged. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, just begin to lean forward until you kind of reach that stopping point. As you continue to breathe here, you may find that edge change just slightly and find that you can actually just lean forward a little further. With each breath or every couple of breaths, just gradually working into the posture. And feel free to stay here with a long spine, just kind of working bit by bit into the posture. Or if it works in your body, on your next exhale, you can just go ahead and round the spine, allowing nose to come towards knee. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale it out. Use your next inhale to come up nice and tall. We'll just draw the feet in, bringing soles of the feet together. Coming into a bound angle. So your choice as to how close your heels come to your body. If your hips are tight, you probably want to keep the feet a little further out. So just get comfortable, nestle into your sit bones, nice tall spine, and just like we did with the extended leg forward fold, just begin to lean forward, keeping a straight spine. If it helps, arms can be behind you, helping to elongate the spine and push you forward a little bit. So you'll know what's right for you. And just find that edge, watch it change a little bit as we hold here. I'll be around, I'll be loving you always. And again, your choice to stay here with a straight spine and just work on that edge. Or perhaps, if spine will allow, just round down, allowing head to come forward. If you like to try turtle, just move your feet out a little bit more and thread your arms, palms down underneath your legs, bringing forearms to mat. Perhaps even bringing hands to the insteps of the feet, and then allowing head just to fall forward. Taking one more inhale breath. Exhale. On your next inhale, straightening the spine. Just bringing your arms behind you, perhaps turning fingers back if that feels comfortable. And just drawing shoulder blades in, opening the chest. For seated fish. So if you did have your legs pretty close to your body, go ahead and move them forward now. Expand the chest. Perhaps even looking up slightly, if that's comfortable in your neck. Allowing your chest to expand as you inhale. Drawing shoulder blades together. Take a big breath in. Let it out. One more breath. Exhale. And just come to a seat. We'll find a wide angle fold. So take your legs out wide. It doesn't matter how wide, just make them comfortable. And again, with a flat back, begin to lean forward. If you need, press your arms behind you to help push yourself forward. And just like we did before, just kind of work on that edge. Perhaps you can even come down onto the forearms. Maybe not. Everybody is different. It's always about listening to your body and doing what feels right. Your body will tell you exactly what it needs if you listen. Take one more breath. Exhale it out, and then ease yourself up. And we'll find a side stretch. So take your right arm up overhead, reach up through the fingertips, get nice and long, and then begin to lean over towards the left side. If this is not comfortable on your legs, you can take your right leg and bend it in, if that helps. Think about getting long, reaching fingertips away from you. Take one more breath. And then keeping your arm extended, just twist at the waist so that you face this left leg, reaching forward through the right fingertips, feeling that stretch now in the upper back and shoulder area. If it works in your own body and you want to, you can reach for that foot and you can start to bring nose towards knee. That is just an option. It's all about feeling a stretch in this upper back, shoulder area on the right side. So if you're getting a good stretch, staying upright right here, then that's exactly where you stay. Take one more breath. I'm just going to bring the hands back to the center. If you did have your leg bent in, maybe you want to extend it back out at this point. And we'll just find that same stretch, just leaning forward. We've cleared the path by doing this one time already, so maybe you can get into it just an inch or two deeper this time. On your next inhale, just bring yourself up tall. And if you are bending one leg in, go ahead and bend this left leg in. Reach up nice and tall with your left arm. Reach up through the fingertips. Inhale, and as you exhale, just begin to stretch towards the side. Avoid collapsing down. Think about elongating, making this left side of your body super long, reaching away through the fingertips. Breathing into this left rib cage area. Take one more inhale breath. Let it go. And then twist at the waist, feeling that stretch come into this left upper back shoulder area, reaching forward through your fingertips. And again, if you're feeling a great stretch here, stay right here. If you feel the urge or the need to kind of fold forward and stretch a little more, go for it. Take one more breath. Exhale. And then come back to center on your inhale, and just one more time here. We'll just fold forward. If you had one leg bent in, you may want to come back to a straddle. Just note if that edge has changed, if this feels a little easier. Take one more breath. Exhale. Use your next inhale to come back up nice and tall, and take your time just bringing your legs in. Might feel a little stiff now we've had them stretched out for a while. So we'll be making our way onto the hands and knees, finding a tabletop position. Wrists, elbows, shoulders in line, knees and hips in line. We'll be working into the 6 movements of the spine, beginning with a little cat dog or cat cow. So on your inhale, belly lowers, tailbone and chin tip up. As you exhale, really round the spine, push into hands and knees, tucking in chin and tailbone. And then just flowing back and forth with the rhythm of your own breath. One more inhale, find that dog tilt to the pelvis. Exhale, find a nice cat stretch, rounding the back. And then come to neutral. And then we'll just begin to move the spine side to side. So as you exhale, take chin and hips to the right side, looking back towards your hips. Inhale through center. exhale to the other side. Again, just flowing back and forth with your own breath. Inhaling as spine is straight. Exhaling as you curve the spine. Let's just go once more to each side. Take your time. And just pause in the center. Keeping left hand grounded. Inhale your right arm up for a twist. And as you exhale, thread that hand palm up, out towards the left side, coming down onto your right shoulder. So head should be resting on something if it doesn't comfortably rest on the mat. Make a fist with your hand to rest your head. And feel free to just hold the twist or play with it, lifting your left arm up and maybe draping it behind your back. Or perhaps keeping the left hand down and playing with lifting up the left leg. So we'll be here for a couple breaths, just play around, see what feels good. Persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. Would everything be different today? We were something, don't you think so? Rose glowing with your chosen family, and it would have been sweet. Taking one more breath here. Exhale it out. And as you inhale, just opening up the right arm and bringing palm to mat. And then we'll switch to the other side. Take an inhale breath. And then thread that left arm. Pushing the fingertips out towards the right side. Again, play around with it. Make sure your head is resting on something. Feel free to find this half bind by just draping the arm behind your back. Or play with lifting the leg. I would recommend keeping your hand down initially if you're going to do that. If you do feel a little crazy, you can bend your leg and kind of reach for that foot. You may roll onto your back. It's not far. You're not going to hurt yourself. Just be careful. Wherever you are, take one more breath. If you do have the leg raised, bring the knee back down to the mat. Bring hand down to the mat. On your next inhale, we'll just undo this twist, opening up that left arm, and then bringing hand to mat. Just take your hands just maybe a little forward of your shoulders and sink your hips back. Coming into child's pose. And again, bringing head down to the mat. Or stacking your hands so that you can make a pillow to rest your head. And just settle in and enjoy this first child's pose. Take one more breath here. And then come up onto your hands and knees one more time. Hook the toes under. Make sure you have a nice wide handprint. And then pick your hips up, coming into our first downward facing dog. So you want to push into your palms of your hands so that your chest pushes back towards your thighs. Push your heels down towards the mat. Think about tipping that tailbone up and back like we did when we did our dog or cow posture earlier. And then taking your attention to your shoulder blades, just draw them down your back and wrap them forward a little bit. These little adjustments will just help support the spine. Try to keep your head and neck in line with the rest of the spine. And just breathe here, enjoying this downward facing dog. If you prefer, you can come up onto the toes. And just walk out your dog by pushing one heel then the other down into the mat. Pushing into the opposite palm of the hand as you do so. Take one more breath here. Let it go. And just begin to walk your feet forward towards your hands here, landing in a forward fold. So if it's not good for you to have your head below your heart, if you have glaucoma, high blood pressure, you feel dizzy, then jackknife will be your option, keeping head and heart at the same level. If you're okay in a fold, just find your forward fold. Perhaps you like to grab your opposite elbows here. Just kind of gently sway in ragdoll, allowing head to kind of hang loose. Knees are soft. Bringing hands to shins or thighs. On your inhale, make your way to jackknife. Draw shoulder blades back to pull shoulders away from the ears. Weight is in your heels. Crown of the head is pointing forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, sink the hips down, coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. So if shoulders are okay, you can reach the arms forward. Otherwise, find prayer pose or goalpost arms. Plenty options. I'm going to build a little heat by staying here for a few more breaths. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, just begin to straighten those legs, keeping knees soft, finding a forward fold. Bringing hands to shins or thighs. Inhale, finding jackknife. Exhale, make your way to Utkatasana. This time bringing hands to heart. Twist over towards the right, bringing your left elbow to your right thigh. And finding a twist here. Inhale, spine gets long. Exhale, just work a little deeper into that twist by pressing your elbow on your thigh, pressing into the soles of your feet here. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, twist a little more. Take one more inhale breath. As you exhale, release the twist and find a forward fold. Stay here for a breath. Then inhaling, find that jackknife posture. Exhale, sink your hips, finding chair. Bringing hands to heart. Exhale, find your twist towards the left side. Bringing right elbow to left knee. Inhaling, lengthen that spine. Exhale, find a little more twist, wringing out your spine. Take one more breath. Really wring out the spine. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here for a breath. On your next inhale, pushing into the bottoms of the feet. Make yourself nice and tall, reaching up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. And just pause. Now that we're upright, just get used to how this feels. So lower your hands down and we'll work into some sun breaths. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, turn palms out, pushing hands down. Creating a little bit of resistance here with your own arms. Working with the rhythm of your own breath. Legs are strong. Feet are pushing down into the mat. We're getting nice and tall as we inhale. Core is strong. Leg muscles are engaged. There's a lot going on here. Adding on, we'll just come into some half sun salutations. Inhale, reach as tall as you can. Exhale, softening the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, fold. Pushing into your feet, make yourself nice and tall as you inhale. Reaching through the fingertips, exhale, hands to heart. Just continue for a few more rounds of these half sun salutations. Just waking up, warming up the body, loosening that spine a little more. Take your time, don't rush. Linking breath to movement. Finish up the round you're on. And just add one more full rotation here, taking your time. And just pausing whenever you're finished with hands to heart in mountain pose, feeling your heart beat against your thumbs. So we'll be moving through some standing postures. The first little sequence will be a flow, incorporating some balance. So keep your left foot at the top of your mat. Step back, coming into warrior one. Your back heel is grounded, sinking into this front leg. Just making sure knee and ankle are in line. Your knee doesn't protrude in front of your toes there. And reach up At any point, you can keep the arms up in this sequence. Or if it feels better, you can have hands in prayer pose, hands to hips. So just take an inhale here and release your back heel and sink down, coming into crescent lunge or crescent warrior. So we're going to move with the breath. As we inhale, we'll come forward, balance on this front foot, coming into a knee balance. As we exhale, gently landing back in crescent. Inhaling, knee balance. Exhale, crescent. So feel free to keep the hands up. If it helps, you can bring the arms to the side as you find a knee balance, and then reach them back up for crescent. So find your own flow here. Let's just do 2 more. Last one. Pause here in your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, bringing hands down to runner's lunge. Pause here for a breath. And stepping back to downward dog. Soften your knees, switch feet, finding warrior one. So set your back heel, inhale. Pausing here in that nice, strong warrior one. Just making sure that your knee doesn't extend beyond your toes here. Protect that knee joint. Release your back heel and sink down into that crescent warrior. On your next inhale breath, finding knee balance. Exhale, crescent. Remembering, if it helps, you can bring the arms to a T position as you balance. Reach them up as you exhale. Or you can just keep your hands on your hips, hands in prayer. Just flow back and forth with your breath. Find that balance. Let's just do 2 more. Last one. Inhale here. Exhale, runner's lunge. Stay here for a breath. Next inhale, step back to downward facing dog and switch your feet. Setting back heel, finding warrior one. Take 1 more inhale, and then we'll open up, finding warrior two. So hips are open to the right side. Front toes facing the short edge of your mat, back toes facing the long edge of your mat. Energy moving fingertip to fingertip. Flip your front palm, lower your back arm, and just reach up here, expanding this front rib cage area for peaceful warrior. On your next exhale, come through warrior two. Sink a little deeper into that front leg so we avoid hiking this back hip up. Lean forward and bring elbow to thigh. Or if you want, you can also reach down towards the floor, finding extended side angle. Feel free to stay here, or if you want a challenge, we can try half moon. May help if you have a yoga block handy. For half moon, you'll bring your feet a little closer together. Place your hand in front of this front foot. Placing a hand on a yoga block can help a lot here. Just come in, coming onto the tiptoe of that back toe, back arm to your hip, and then just begin to lift this back leg a little or a lot. Feel free to keep your hand on your hip or extend that arm up. Remember, this is just optional. Wherever you're at, Make your way back to extended side angle, back through warrior two. Windmill your arms and find runner's lunge. And just stay here for a breath or two. On your next inhale, find downward dog and just pause there, walk out your dog. Take a few breaths. Then softening your legs, step your right foot forward, set your back heel down. Warrior one. Exhale. One more inhale. Open up to warrior two. Flipping front palm, lowering back arm. Reaching back. Finding that peaceful warrior. Take one more breath here. Come back through warrior two. Sink down into that front leg. Make sure you keep this back hip down. Reaching forward. Find extended side angle, your version. Elbow can be to thigh, or you can reach down. And feel free to stay here, or try that half moon by bringing weight into your front foot and lifting your back leg. Remember, hand can stay on hip, or you can reach that arm up. If you are trying the balance, just slowly make your way back to your extended side angle and use that inhale breath to bring you back to warrior two. Windmill your arms, bringing hands either side of your front foot for runner's lunge. And stepping back to downward dog again. Just take some time to walk out your dog. Just come to stillness, soften your knees on an inhale, and as you exhale, again, just spring that left foot forward, sinking the hips down. Staying here in a runner's lunge. Try to get the spine nice and long and the hips low. So we'll be flowing back and forth from a runner's lunge to our pyramid or standing runner. So you want to be in runner's lunge for the inhale. And as you exhale, beginning to straighten both legs, finding your version of standing runner. Inhale, runner's lunge. The standing runner for you may have your legs bent, and it may have you keeping your torso parallel to the mat. That's okay. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, standing runner. Let's just do a couple more. The next time we're in standing runner, we will pause and hold. If you need to bring your back foot forward a little bit, please do so to try to connect that back heel down to the mat, whether knees are bent or straight. You do want that back heel down. Just enjoy your version of this runner stretch. You should feel a pretty good stretch in both hamstrings, but you should not be in pain. Sinking down into that front leg. Step back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Bring the opposite foot forward, the right foot. Sink down into runner's lunge. Remember, hips should be as low as they can be. This front leg is pretty bent. Back leg is straight. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, find your runner stretch. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, standing runner. And just use the rhythm of your own breath to slowly work from one posture to the next. The next time we're in standing runner, we'll pause and hold. So you may want to step your back foot forward a little bit. Find your stretch. Breathe into any areas of tightness, any areas of sensation. Take one more inhale breath. Exhale, find that runner's lunge. And then step back to downward dog. Just take a moment to walk out the dog. And then walk your feet forward to a fold. And slowly roll on up. So just be doing a little bit more balance. So ground that left foot into the mat. We'll be coming into tree. So remember, your version of tree can have you supporting yourself with ball of foot on the floor, heel resting against your leg. Or you can begin to bring this foot anywhere up the leg that feels good. Just avoid pressing on the knee joint. And while you're in tree, feel free to press palms together, or maybe bring arms overhead, or perhaps just let your arms sway a little bit. From here, we'll be working into warrior three. So we'll try to do this without touching down, but if you need to, fine. Balance is always a work in progress. Release this foot. Soften your knee of your standing leg. And just extend this leg behind you. Feel free to stay here or begin to tip at the hip. And listen to the words of the song, calm down. No big deal if you wobble and come out of the balance. Slowly make your way up and try to get back into your tree pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, let it go, shake out your legs. And we'll try the other side. So balancing on that right leg, sending roots down into the earth, finding your version of tree. And doing what you want with the arms. Feel free to play around for a few breaths. Try to find a stable focal point. If balance is challenging for you, this will help a lot. And a nice tight core. Making your way to warrior three. Release this right foot, left foot. Soften your standing leg. Just extend that leg behind you. You can hover with that toe close to the mat or begin to tip at the hips. Hands can stay in prayer. You can do airplane arms. Reach forward. Sweep your arms back. Just try to avoid hiking this left hip up. Try to keep hips level. On your next inhale, find your tree. Timber. Mine was going down. Core is engaged. Stable focal point. Take one more breath. Exhale. Shake it out. And we'll be coming into a squat. So take a fairly wide stance, maybe feet mat width apart. Sink down. If you can, while keeping your heels down, you're going to sit all the way down here. And press your elbows to your thighs. If that doesn't work, keep your feet a little wider. Squat down and just simply lean forward here. Keeping hands to thighs. We'll be doing a little twist, so if you are upright, you're just going to open one arm whilst keeping the other hand to your thigh, and then switch. If you're in the full yogi squat with elbows pressing against your thighs, palms together, just release one hand to the floor and just open the other arm. Turn your head and look up if that's comfortable. Finding a twist. Release, bring hands back to prayer or hands back to both thighs. And then find your twist to the other side. Inhale, opening up here. Exhale, try to twist a little more. Take one more breath. Find your squat. Take a breath here. And then we'll make our way to a seat on the mat. So, however you can best get there. We'll be working the core a little bit with a boat pose. So, nestling your sit bones down, sitting nice and tall, shoulders back, core is tight, and then just lean back, making sure you keep your chest open. So we'll try to hold for a few breaths. So if it's easier for you to just lift one foot and then the other, just kind of work with that. One foot each breath, or one foot for a couple breaths, then switch. If you can lift both legs and you feel like doing that today, that's also an option. Legs can stay bent, legs can straighten, arms can reach up. You can even do the yogi toe grip and find a straddle. So just play with it, whatever feels good. Let's take 2 more breaths. Last one. Bring your feet down, lean forward. And then from here, we'll slowly come down to the mat. And we'll be finding a figure 4 stretch. So keep your left foot grounded, and take your right ankle just below your left knee. Take your right hand, push that knee away. Engage the core so low back presses into the mat. And feel free to stay here or begin to pick up this left foot, bringing your left knee a little closer. Now you could use your right elbow to push this right knee away as you draw your left knee in. You'll feel a pretty good sensation here in this right hip. Or you can thread your hand through this triangle, interlace your fingers on top of your knees, on the shin just below the knee or behind the thigh. Just enjoy this stretch for a couple of breaths. Take one more breath here. Exhale, lower your foot down. Just cross this right knee over the left. Shift your hips a couple inches to the right and let knees come over, across and down to the left. Finding a twist here. If low back is tight, you'll want to keep your knee a little higher up. If you have more forgiveness in the low back area, you can just gradually press your knee a little closer to the mat. Take one more breath. Let it go. Roll on to the back. Level up your hips. And just bring that left ankle below the right knee, and find your stretch on this side. So keeping the foot down and just pressing that left knee away, or maybe bringing right knee in and using your elbow to push your left knee out as you draw the right knee in, or perhaps threading your fingers under your shin and interlacing them on top of your right shin just below the knee. Noting that bullseye of sensation in your left hip. Take one more breath. Exhale, release that right foot down to the mat. Cross your left knee over the right. Shift your hips an inch or two to the left. Then allow the knees to come over, across and down to the right. Again, just enjoying this twist for the next few breaths. Make it your own. Make sure the low back is comfortable. If it's comfortable, you can turn and look out towards the left. Just enjoying this twist for a few more breaths before we come into our Shavasana, our rest pose. Take one more breath. Exhale and slowly roll onto your back. Uncross your legs. Maybe take a moment to allow your knees to fall gently from side to side. And then just coming into a comfortable position. Maybe remaining on your back, or perhaps you like to lay on one side. If low back is tight, you might want to keep knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Or perhaps you extend your legs and arms long, palms up, and just let your arms and legs roll out to the side. Just make your way into that comfortable position. Just again, scan the body from head to toe. Note any areas of tension. Where can you let go? How can you relax? What can you release? Take a deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Take one more inhale breath. And as you exhale, just allow your body to sink into the support points that you feel, connecting to the earth, to your mat. Allow the breath to be natural. Try to keep the mind quiet. Begin to make some small movements, bringing your attention back to the present moment. And just taking in the sounds around you, noting how the air feels on your skin. Perhaps taking an overhead stretch or gathering in your knees and rocking gently from side to side. Perhaps rolling onto one side for a few breaths. Taking your time whenever you're ready. Just begin to transition to a seated position. Sit with eyes closed. Just taking an inhale breath, reaching arms out and up, drawing palms together, and then bringing hands to heart center. Take your thumbs to that third eye center. And just bow forward in gratitude to yourself and those who may have practiced with you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.